jumping.
When you have a kid with RCDP, you're given the absolute worst case scenario. You know, there is no treatment, there is no therapy. You know, they're not going to reach their first birthday. Across the board, that's what all of us were told.
Can you do that?
My name is Crystal Bedford. My daughter Marley is 5.5 and she has rhizomelic chondrodysplasia punctata. In a rare disease and less than 100 kids in the world, she really is the only one that presents like she does, walking and talking and playing, and so she's pretty unique.
Rhizomelic chondrodysplasia punctata, or RCDP, is a very rare terminal form of dwarfism.
These are amazingly complex kids. There's usually profound developmental issues in the brain, congenital heart disease, upwards towards 50%. Most of the kids have swallowing issues or digestive issues, sometimes needing G-tube feeds. And then there are the skeletal problems themselves.
Looks like a football player.
Researchers think that RCDP is caused by a deficiency in molecules called plasmalogens. All of our internal organs need plasmalogens to function, and for some reason, children with RCDP don't make enough of them, leading to an array of physical and mental disabilities. Like other groups coping with rare disease, Rhizo Kids International helps raise awareness and funds for research.
So the Rhizo Kids Conference happens once a year every June, and it's kind of a cross between a medical conference and a family reunion.
Can you say hi? Hi, everybody. Yeah.
The doctors and scientists, researchers come in and they examine the kids and, kind of tell us what the new developments are.
There's no financial incentive for medical researchers or pharmaceuticals to look for a cure for such a small population. But it turns out that RCDP may have something in common with Alzheimer's, a disease that afflicts 5 million Americans.
There's at least some degree of emerging data that one of the findings in Alzheimer's is low plasmalogen levels. People that are developing plasmalogen replacements, no, they have no eye on RCDP. I suspect they never heard of RCDP a couple of years ago. So it may just turn out to be that the RCDP families are, by blind luck, getting into a drug that is a potential for Alzheimer's.
The thought that there could actually be a drug to help is pretty amazing. If you look at Marley, she does look much different than the other RCDP kids. And really the only difference is that she has higher plasmalogens. So, for Marley, we would hope that the plasmalogens would help her lungs. She's also losing her vision and going blind. So we're really, really hoping that raising her plasmalogen level will at least stop that.
The drug, which is supposed to trigger plasmalogen production, has not been tested in humans, but it shows promising results in mice engineered to have RCDP.
Albuterol PRN.
It can be hard to measure the effects of an experimental drug on such a tiny, fragile population, but researchers hope a clinical trial will start by the middle of 2016.
There's a lot of hurdles. These kids are sick, so if something does happen to them, is that because of the drug? Is that because of the natural history of the disorder? That can be really difficult to tease out if your working population is 10 or 20 patients. It's not like we can give this drug to 20,000 people and see what happens. There aren't 20,000 kids with RCDP.
1, 2, 3,
I think the clinical trial is the first real sign of hope that we've had from the medical community at large ever for RCDP. The hope that it can prolong their life and really make a difference is something that you can't even really explain.